Jalil bhai, I am not ashamed of the jobs that I have done. I am not ashamed of things that I have done in the past to support myself. I worked. I worked.
Yeah. You didn't steal anything. You worked.
I worked. I worked
You
hard.
dig somebody's garden to get some money
And they gave me food in return.
for digging the garden.
Yes.
Not money.
No. I think a lot of people will be aware of this. In 2009, 10, and 11, a lot of students came from Bangladesh. I think they opened up a door where people could come to the college instead of universities. And because of this, a lot of students came without actually proper qualifications. And a lot of people also came with proper qualification. They have completed their degrees. They were studying at reputed universities in Bangladesh. They came. I also came, and I remember from my batch that I was studying with at college, pretty much most of them came. And
Most of them came to UK.
came to the UK because the UK opened up their door for students at that point in time. I came to a college. I was admitted to an external program, law program with Northumbria University.
Which university?
Northumbria University
Which city?
is I think is located in Newcastle.
Newcastle. Okay.
This was an external program, and this course was provided through Guildhall College in London. So that's where I initially came to study law.
Okay, so that was your first college in UK.
Yes.
Okay.
About 5 months down the line, later, the college lost its license, and that was very usual at that point in time.
Yeah.
A lot of colleges lost
We're
their.
hearing about those things.
Yes. Yes. The moment it lost its license, it gave me two scenarios: either not to study anymore, become illegal, or maybe move to Europe, or to go back to Bangladesh.
Or go to Bangladesh.
The other option was
Yeah.
that I go to university and study. It was in me, education. My parents all studied. My mom, when I asked my mom, this was the situation, what do I do?
Okay.
And I said to my mom, in 10 years' time, I'd be somewhere where you can be proud of me if I can continue to study.
That's what you told your mom?
Yes.
When you came under the situation?
Yes.
Okay.
My mom said to me, Rafi, I have taught thousands of students in my lifetime.
So your mother was a teacher?
She was indeed.
Okay.
She was a high school teacher.
High school teacher. Okay.
And she said, it would be my greatest failure if you are not able to study while I am alive.
Wow, that's what she said to you?
That's what she said to me.
Wow.
And the mindset that I had at that point in time is just to study. It wasn't about earning money. It wasn't about looking after others, I would say, frankly, because I was not in a position to do so. And if I did that, then I would jeopardize my career. And once you build up a career, then you are able to then help more people in a meaningful way. So I was poised with two scenarios, like I said.
Okay, yeah.
The second one was very difficult to go to university because the university fees at that point in time was about, I think, £12,000 per year for international students. And she had £1,000, 1 lakh taka in Bangladeshi taka in her bank account, and that was from her pension, and that is all she had because of not fulfilling the complete number of years. She said to me, you can have that. And I said to Mom, I think I'll need probably a little bit more. At that point in time, my uncle, who also lived in Bangladesh, took out a loan.
So the amount of money she knew she had to give you for you to continue with the study, she wasn't shocked or anything.
She the only one thought that she had was to provide the tuition fees and the finance that I needed to continue to study. Due to their generosity, I and her determination, they managed to give me the deposit that I required. So I got admission at University of Salford in Manchester. Salford.
Okay.
It's located in Manchester. So I went to admit myself in that university to study law. Once I went to the university, there was Fresher Week. The military came with their stall
Okay. In the university.
in the university.
Oh, okay.
I was working for Iceland. I was also progressing through the ranks in Iceland while I was studying. The military came and said, "Are you interested? Are you a Commonwealth citizen?" I said, "Yes, I am." And I had great passion to join military from my childhood for some reason, but I had that. The issue was I had to fork out as much money as I could to accommodate my tuition fees
Okay.
and my accommodation fees, and which is why I would have no rest.
So it's a paid job they was offering. The military was offering you a paid job.
Yes, it was an officer training, lasted for 3 years. At the beginning of the 3 years, while I was studying my law degree, which also was also lasted for 3 years, so it was done simultaneously, both of them. Alongside, I've also worked for Iceland, and I've also worked as a security guard at Manchester City Football Stadium and Manchester Arena.
You was doing 3 jobs at the same time.
Yes, while I was
More or
studying
less.
full time education, I had no other option. If I was to study, that was my only option.
Because of your financial burden you have at this moment.
Of course,
Yeah.
I was. As I started my training in the British Army, I found myself the only Asian person within that batch, in the best possible way you can. That gave me confidence in leading people. That also gave me confidence to bring out the best potential out of all my soldiers, including myself.
Okay.
Test my limit.
Okay.
So you are marching, let's say 8 miles. After a couple of miles, your body starts to give up because it feels that it's carrying a lot of weight and you're exhausted. At that point in time, I used to tell myself that this is not about my physical being, it's about my mental strength. When my mental side of things breaks down, only then I will give up, otherwise not. I'm not going to listen to my physics. While I was in the military, people would say to me, "Oh, you're a Muslim, how come you are in the military?"
The White Army, your colleagues.
No, these questions would usually come from my friends who were not in the army, Asian friends.
Oh, I see.
And I would, they're doing all sorts of things to everybody. And I would say, look, military do not control the decision making. These decisions are made by parliament through your boards, through the representative that you vote for in your local area, and those who make those policies, and they just follow orders. That's all they do.
Yeah, that's the duty.
That's their duty.
That's their duty, yeah.
And if you wish to make changes, then get involved rather than staying outside and talking about this is bad, this is not right, this is incorrect. So I would say to people who want to join British Army, join, because they have separate system for Muslims. So they would have food, halal food for Muslim people. So they accommodate your needs.
Yeah, any religions they will accommodate according to your religious belief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my surname is Islam. So when my name came on the wall after the first training session, or they completed the assessment and they put the name on the wall, most of them were white, pretty much everybody apart from me and probably a couple of others. And they pointed their finger at my name and said, "Who is this person, Islam, doing in British Army?" But those exact people, they became very close to me. I was able to pass the message on to them about Islam. And it's not about what they learned from media.
Okay.
It's what I said to them.
Thank you, you mentioned that. Okay.
You see,
very important.
you can only make change from inside. They are my friends. And I am still in touch with them. Yes, in a way, they could see me as a person. They could see I'm Muslim, but I am not a terrorist. I'm Muslim. I hold my values and what kind of person I am, and they accepted that, and they felt that they were able to integrate and have a very good relationship with you as a friend, and that gives them a different perspective as to what they learned from media. And which is why a lot of them changed the way views about how they saw Islam. Yes. So further down, I completed my law degree. At the same time, I also completed my training.
Wow.
At the same time, I also became a manager, a duty manager at Iceland.
Okay.
So everything kind of working out. At that point in time, I had my struggle with my visa. I got married. And thereafter, I had some visa difficulties. I was out of work for 3 years, about 2.5 years.
Before marriage?
After marriage.
After marriage.
Right, okay. I was posed with two scenarios again, either to go to the military or to go through the marriage, which was
okay, so
which the talks were going at the time.
So you was facing status issue again?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and I decided to choose civil life because I had completed my law degree by then. So I actually went ahead with my marriage, and thereafter we had some difficulties. I had some difficulties in terms of my visa. And due to that, I was out of work for a couple of years, 2.5 years, and also out of study. As soon as I got my visa, I went back to university straight away in the next available session that I had, which was September 2016.
So back to education again?
Yes. Thereafter, I worked free for a year for a firm, just to get my foot into a law firm.
Okay.
I would work in the community center for free.
Community center?
Community centers for free.
And what's the reason for that?
To build up my experience, to give to people that the help they needed. And in the process, also learning about...
But you had a family that time, so how your income, how you was producing your income?
My missus, she did help me a lot in terms of maintaining the family and so on and so forth. So I am grateful to her at the same time. She was there for me at the time of needs, and she understood what I was doing, and she thoroughly supported me, for which I'm very grateful. Thereafter, I obtained a training contract to become a trainee solicitor. I completed my training as a trainee solicitor, I think in 2020. I also
became a solicitor.
I became a solicitor.
2020. Yeah.
I also became a solicitor advocate thereafter in around October 2020, and then I applied to move to the bar because I always loved being in court, talking to the judges, seeing the end results really, applying law where it matters the most.
Yeah.
And thereafter, obviously, I was called in Lincoln's Inn, where I was called as a barrister. I then joined Rochester Chambers to practice as a barrister from within that set. And since, I believe, November 2021, and since then I have been practicing as a barrister and travel around the country from courts to courts, every day pretty much, and representing different people,
Different case,
different,
different case.
yes, and it gives me great pleasure to be able to help those people,
Help those people.
those who are in need, and to reach out to the community for anything they need. I would say this to you. I had to make a very tough choice at one point, where to pay for my rent or to eat. At that point in time, I paid the rent and did not eat, but
So
I carried on.
So you didn't have enough money to eat.
No.
Because you need roof under your head. That was more important.
Yes.
Okay.
So I didn't eat. I would have budget of £20 just to cover my weekly expenses for food. And I would go to dig soil in people's garden just to make just enough to get food.
Just to make some extra money. So you was digging garden for someone just to earn some extra money for your food, for your other expenses. Is that right?
That is correct, Jaribal. And I would not have to go through that if I was just working maybe illegally. I would have enough money to cover all my expenses. But the only reason I was doing that and struggling was because what I wanted to become. I wanted to become a barrister. I wanted to study, which is why I starved, so that I could pay for my university fees, so that I could continue with my study. And that determination you have to have in you. Nobody can put a dream in your head and say, go and achieve that. That's not how it works. You have to be your own responsible being if you are serious about achieving something in life. You have to make sacrifices that are not easy to make.
Not easy to make, absolutely.
And the message to you, therefore, is people say some people get lucky. It's not about luck. I would say sometimes maybe 10% about luck, but 90% you have to put your hard work in. And if you really wanted something, you can achieve it. Because this land, like Jalil Bhai says, is a land of opportunity. Yes, there are a lot of contribution from a lot of people along the way. I am not going to upset by saying one name and not the other. No. So I will say I'm very grateful for everyone that has helped me along the way to become who I am. I think my journey is not finished, it's just started. So you always have to set yourself a new goal when you achieve something that you wanted to achieve. And that's how you thrive. If you have passions, and you have to aim bigger, always set yourself new target from time to time. And as soon as you achieve them, you move on to the next target. And that's something that I've learned from military. That's what they do. They complete one mission, they move on to the next mission, and they keep on going. And if you do that, then I will tell you, success will run behind you. Those who are coming from Bangladesh or elsewhere to study in the UK, just be prepared for all kinds of circumstances, because things might not go as smoothly as you might expect. And for that reason, I think you should be prepared for all different kind of circumstances where you can adapt to situations as they arise. Now, challenges,
all
yes.
the challenges we'll face.
Now, those challenges that you'll have along that way, you can overcome them easily as long as you keep your mind in one thing, your mission. Jalil Bhai, I am not ashamed of the jobs that I have done. I am not ashamed of things that I have done in the past to support myself. I worked. I worked.
Yeah. You didn't steal anything. You worked.
I worked. I worked
You
hard.
dig somebody's garden to earn some money
And they gave me food in return.
for digging the garden.
Yes.
Not money.
No.
Oh.
They bought me lunch. And I was grateful for that because I worked. I was not begging.
No, absolutely.
And that's the difference. You've got to have
That is the
a strong
determination.
mentality in pursuing what you want to pursue. In the process, if you have to make sacrifices, that you make those sacrifices in order to achieve your dream. But if you're not prepared to do that, then it doesn't come easily. It may come easily for those who are well established and sending their kids to the private schools and so on and so forth. Even then, those students will have to go through those hardship themselves. So it's never
Most
easy
of them.
for anybody
Yeah.
to do well in life. It's about how much you want. It's not about whether I can get it or not. It's about how much you want. If you really want it, you can get it. We try to save money so that they can use that money in the future. That money is waste, Jalil Bhai. That money is waste.
Yeah.
Money that you spend, send them to good tuition, send them to extracurriculum activities, send them to gymnastics, send them to lots of other things I want to do in my life. And I'm just going to paraphrase what she said about me not studying. She goes, "It would be my greatest failure if I cannot accommodate my son to study, while I have taught thousands of students in my lifetime."
Teacher. That's why she said
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yes. So on that note, Bhai, I think thank you very much for inviting me to your program and taking letting me have that opportunity to talk to the viewers.
Yes. Thank you so much, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhai.
Bashar
Thank you.
Islam. Hopefully, we'll invite you again.
Inshallah.
For different, maybe different topic.
Not a
you so
problem.
much.
Thank you.